Hope you're having fun with your little game, you fucking nerds. Meanwhile, the goddamn New World Order are laughing their way to the data bank, while all of you crowdsource their intel by going around trying to catch digital creatures in the very smartphones the government is using to track all of you and monitor the world with.
Here we go!
Put on your tinfoil hats, everyone, because the conspiracy theories that are already surrounding Pokemon go deep. To start with, the permissions that the game asks for, well, it's pretty much everything, and people were concerned with the fact that you have to give up full access to your Gmail account. So can Pokemon actually read your email?
Oh! According to a former senior engineering manager at Tumblr, yes. But he worked for Tumblr, so he has to be a lying SJW piece of shit, right? In a blog post, he claimed the following. Pokemon Go and Niantic can now read all your emails, send email as you, access your Google Drive documents, including deleting them, look at your search history and your Maps navigation history, access any private photos you may store in Google Photos,
Not my dick!
and a whole lot more.
But since all this nonsense was so mainstream, it didn't take long for Google tech support to respond to the claims, and when another cybersecurity expert reached out to them, Google responded with the following. In this case, we checked that the full account access permission refers to most of the My Account settings. Specific actions such as sending emails, modifying folders, etc. require explicit permissions to that service. The permission will say, has access to Gmail.
Still, that's enough to make anyone except the most hardcore and passionate Pokemon trainers nervous. But then Niantic, the company who developed the Pokemon Go application, also responded to the claims by saying, Pokemon Go only accesses basic Google profile information, specifically your user ID and email address, and no other Google account information is or has been accessed or collected. They have since released an update for the iOS version, which was the one that erroneously claimed that it had more access than it did. Apparently, guys, this was all just a UI error.
Or Google's fucking lying and we all are just the pawns in a New World Order initiative to spy on citizens and give the governments of the world unprecedented access to our homes and local businesses.
Yep, another conspiracy theory based around this game and posted to the conspiracy subreddit is actually not too far-fetched in the realm of other really far out there conspiracy theories, like the one about how mixing Pop Rocks and soda will kill you, or that Marilyn Manson had ribs removed so that he could suck his own dick. Ow! This one revolves around the idea that the government is collecting location and image data from all of the users in order to not only monitor every Pokemon trainer, but also to provide images from inside private businesses and homes so they can virtually map everything.
In his post, the user Fight for Anything says, obviously, intelligence agencies have gained a lot of info from Google Maps and its Street View, but this data was collected easily with driving cars. Intel agencies may see Google Maps and Street View as just an outline or a skeleton of the whole picture. Getting more data, particularly that off the street and inside buildings, requires tons of man hours and footwork. A logistical nightmare.
He continued, enter Pokemon Go, where if you are an intel agency and you want photos of the inside of a home or business, you just spawn desirable Pokemon or related objects there and let totally unaware and distracted citizens take the photos for you with the devices that they paid for. And those citizens pay for the experience.
It's diabolical. He continues again. Imagine all these photos going back to some database with the augmented Pokemon removed, obviously. All these photos are probably GPS tagged, as well as having the phone's internal gyro embed XYZ orientation of the camera angle in the phone. These photos could be put together much like Google Street View.
So despite it sounding extremely sinister, it actually makes sort of sense from a data collection point of view, even though it makes me feel weird to even say that. You're making tons of people collect minute points of data at the speed of walking and essentially guiding them where to go with Pokestops, gyms, and so forth. I don't know. I'm keeping my tinfoil hat on for this one because it goes even deeper than that.
Yeah, so before we get into this, that company Niantic, which developed the Pokemon Go application, had a game called Ingress, which is essentially the exact same thing, except without the Pokemon. Boring. But even back in 2012, when Ingress was initially released, there were already plenty of people concerned with the app. In a post to Pando.com, the prestigious Pando.com, where they spoke about the then new product, which at that point was apparently already owned by Google, they didn't say much about the whole government tracking aspect of it. But they did wonder about Google's plans for monetization, saying this.
A potentially more nefarious use of the Ingress data would be to serve hyper-targeted, location-based advertising in a way that the proverbial love child of Foursquare and Highlight could only dream of. It's one thing to serve an ad for the local deli as someone walks by. What Ingress allows, however, is for Google to actively drive people to desired locations. How much could the company charge a business to drive 1,000 or 10,000 people to a specific location at a specific time? It wouldn't be difficult to do. The game's developers would just offer 10 times the points for checking in or capturing a particular portal within a particular time window.
Having seen how powerful those Pokestops and gyms are now, the premonitions that Silicon Valley bloggers had 4 long years ago seem eerily accurate. But let's move on. According to a post to Gawker's Black Bag blog, which decided to delve deeper in the company behind both Ingress and Pokemon Go, they reported that Niantic was founded by a guy named John Hanke, and that before founding Niantic, he was also a founder and CEO of a company called Keyhole Incorporated, which according to their Wikipedia was a software development company specializing in geospatial data visualization applications. They basically created Google Earth.
Before Google acquired them in 2004, they got their funding from a venture capital firm called in-q-tel. And at this point, would it surprise you at all to know that in-q-tel, again, according to their own Wikipedia page, invests in high-tech companies for the sole purpose of keeping the Central Intelligence Agency, aka the CIA, and other intelligence agencies equipped with the latest information technology in support of United States intelligence capabilities.
Oh God! Oh, I need to Oh God! Oh, Professor Willow is literally Big Brother! Oh my God!
Now, okay, remember when we were talking about how the game Ingress was turning heads in Silicon Valley because of the way it could be exploited to drive foot traffic to specific locations and increase their business? Well, it's already happening with Pokemon Go.
Yes.
In a recent article published by the New York Times, the publication spoke bluntly about this happening in the very near future. And they included a quote from the CEO. You know, the dude who originally had ties to the CIA? Here's what they said.
The game's real-world nature also gives Niantic another intriguing money-making possibility by charging fast food restaurants, coffee shops, and other retail establishments to become sponsored locations where people are motivated to go pick up virtual loot. Niantic has cut deals like that for Ingress, and Mr. Hanke said... The dude is literally a piece of shit. Okay, calm down. Mr. Hanke. Mr. Hanke said the company would announce sponsored locations for Pokemon Go in the future.
Well, howdy-ho! The future is now, guys, because just yesterday it was found that McDonald's is going to be the first big sponsor. According to an article on Gizmodo, an Australian student found strings of code in the Android version of the game that indicates a sponsorship from McDonald's. And in addition to that, 2 young Redditors, Casey Young and Neo Professor Willow. No, they're not young. One of them just has Young in the name.
Yeah.
They apparently found the McDonald's logo in the game code.
Yeah. It's too echoey now. So Neo Professor Willow then told Gizmodo that, quote, based off what he's found, it looks like they're going to hold a promo with McDonald's, which will turn all McDonald's locations into gyms. If, or rather when this turns out to be true, it'll be gigantic for Niantic and McDonald's, but will it dissuade hardcore Pokemon trainers because of this crazy corporate consumerist attitude? Probably not. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if during the same promotion they were giving away Pokemon toys and free coin coupons in Happy Meal.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
So yes, while Pokemon Go is doing some good in the world, like helping to solve crimes, bringing people together, and getting people to exercise a little bit, there are some inherent dangers, like falling off a cliff, which just happened, driving into a tree,
Which just happened.
or being a part of a large government PSYOPs experiment!
Whoa!
But now that we've teetered on both sides of the argument yet again, as ethical journalists like we are, let's get a definitive answer to the question of whether or not Pokemon Go is good or not from the man who's fresh off the marriage train and back on tugs. We're talking about Shibby.
Shibby! Where's the ring, Shibs?
Shibby, did you take your wife's last name?
Alright, you fucking Poke nerds. Much like pledging allegiance to Team Mystic because the other 2 teams are for pussies and tryhards,
I love
this
Team
game, once again, Pokemon Go, the video game, is terrible.
Oh, that's the full title. Pokemon Go, the video game.
The gameplay is about as shallow as Flappy Bird, has the connectivity of Diablo 3 launch day, and the battery-sucking abilities of Mia Khalifa and any porn star's dick.
Oh!
Whoa.
She's on Twitch. She's Twitter famous now. She doesn't suck.
Everyone.
Wait, what?
I think so.
Get back on that dick, Mia.
Whatever. But Shimmy!
Woo! There it is.
As Pokemon, quit being a little baby bitch. I know this ring on my finger means that. Sorry, ladies. But this video game truly sucks ass. It's played by microtransactions, and I guess corporate greed coming soon, to beat all your friends, and it doesn't help that with most paid items, they'll probably get eaten by a bad crash or glitch. Grinding is what makes you king, not gameplay mechanics. You might be thinking that this badge should be criminal.
Should be criminal.
But it's not. The game portion of this game is easily a 0 out of 10. But the social experiment of what this game is what makes it special. The fact that my now wife is asking, should I play this shit? Because it's literally everywhere. Social media, the news, your parents, your stepsister, professional football teams, celebrities, Mia Khalifa, everyone's playing this shit. It's really unfortunate the game, once again, the video game portion is not better. Being a pro gamer myself, obviously, I want more mechanics, depth, strategy, skill. Ways to plot my big old EP and beat down little children trying to catch the fucking Pikachu in my backyard.
Little children's faces?
The lure in my basement is working, and you all better put on the lotion.
Woo! Should be criminal.
It is criminal.
Whatever. This is one of the biggest gaming social experiences ever, flat out. It's a very good thing that all these non-gamer, non-teamistic fuckboys and fuckgirls are playing this because it's good for gaming in the long run, and when something better comes along, they'll be ready for it. Hook in the casual plebeian trash and show them that gaming is cool again, and also introduce them into AR, or augmented reality. Overall, Pokemon Go is burning as bright as any game ever has before, and once again is literally one of the biggest gaming phenomenons ever. For this reason alone, I must give Pokemon Go, or Pogo, a 10 out of 10 simply for what it's doing to gaming culture.
You government! He's a government shill! He's been taken over!
He's a shill! Pay me, Trump!
CIA Illuminati confirmed.
Woo! God, is there no one that's escaped? Only Elliot is you're the only one that's escaped, and it's because of your tinfoil mustache.
I'm not playing it.
Nah, yeah, but it doesn't matter. But let's leave it up to you to decide. So put on your tinfoil hats.
Oh, again?
And let us know where you fall in this argument in the comments below. And by the way, don't forget to vote for our channel on the Streamy Awards by clicking the first link in the description below. Because what a world it would be if the channel that hosted T.U.G.S, which by the way is entirely too informed these days, what if that channel won an award? Crazy, right?
What category is it?
Oh, just news and culture.
Oh, we should submit this one for
Put in your best content.
Yeah.
Speaking of content,
watch the rest of it. We got at least 3 other videos. Weekly Weird News is moved tomorrow because it's a doozy. But we have a new Tech News Day about 80s computer porn. And we have an episode about a live-action Pokemon movie. Great. And then we have an episode about all the great Emmy nominations this year.
This thing protects my long neck. It's great.
bye.
Stay woke.